And just like that, we're live on YouTube. So since the pandemic started, I really wanted to kind of experiment around with different kind of webcams, and I experimented around with a lot. And one of the problems is if you don't have a lot of space, a lot of the lenses that they have on webcams, I'm using a MacBook right here. The FaceTime is, this is pretty wide. You get this whole, room that you don't necessarily want to have shown. And so, of course, I do a lot of photography. I do videography, and I have cameras. And I know there was a way to take your camera. So I have a Canon 80D, and I hooked it up via HDMI. And it happens they have a clean HDMI out, which means that you're not seeing all the focus stuff and everything like that. You can turn everything off. The one bad side is that I have to turn off automatic focus, but the camera is I can touch the camera so I can focus in if I need to, and it looks pretty decent here. I got a bunch of lights going on. I got green light and red light and purple light and blue lights and a bunch of different lights to kind of experiment around a little bit. And I think it's kind of fun to actually see that. So I'm using my little recording studio setup. So this is my little recording mic that I have here, and although the MacBook here has pretty good audio, since I'm so close to I can touch the screen. So basically, it's right there. I'm kind of focused on normally looking at the webcam and whatnot. So yeah, this is pretty cool. Now I can show you that right here I am using the depth of field, so I can, and the manual focus is turned on because you can't have that. So now I'm out of focus. The keyboard back there is more in focus, and of course I have that, and I do have. I'm using the 24 by 105 lens, so I can zoom in. And this is like a little tip here. Oh, that's a little soft focus there, isn't it? But guess what? Oh, right there is pretty crisp, isn't it? Then I can pull back out a little bit, and if I stay where I'm at, should be in focus. So if I don't move from here, I should be pretty much in focus. So it's a cool experiment. I really wish they could have the autofocus working on. I got some other cameras. I'm going to experiment with this. I actually bought an AC adapter for the battery, so that way the battery will go on for a really long time, and basically and turn off basically, where it saves the battery after 3 minutes or a minute, whatever it is. And it's kind of interesting to try that out. So right now we're living in COVID land, the pandemic and what like this, and zooming is a really big part of what we do now. And yeah, I'm going to cut some more content for the 70s dude and whatnot. So yeah, thank you all for watching that. Trying to maintain two channels at the same time is an interesting thing. But I got some subscribers and getting close to the 50 subscriber mark on the 70s dudes and everything like that. And make some more car videos. Okay, cool. Maybe I can find some 70s cars that people will let me, look at and take pictures by or whatnot. So that might be kind of cool. There's a lot of really cool cars that came out of the 70s, and wardrobe and music and things like that. So there's a lot to talk about, a lot of things to talk about in the 70s. And really that channel there's supposed to be this more advice type things to folks and whatnot. So anyways, just want to try this quick test out to see how this actually looks on YouTube live. It looks really good here, so I'm going to be interested to see how it actually looks when they compress it and everything like that. The other thing I've been experimenting around real quick is also using your phone as a webcam. And no, I have not. I've always wanted to take the class for the darkroom photography class, and it's always like a 10-hour lab. I'm kind of exaggerating, so I'm teaching at that time, so I haven't had a chance. But one day they're going to have that darkroom class where I can take that class where I'm not teaching. So hopefully that'll happen at some point in my life, and it'll be fun. And it'd be kind of fun to do some experimental type of developing. I think people have used even like coffee to develop film. And a lot of if you use Photoshop or Lightroom, a lot of the analogies of the darkroom comes from um, the processing of film back in the day. And about the only real film I ever actually have now is the instant film. Everything else that I use is digital. And even if I take 35 millimeter photos, when you send it off, it's probably going to be printed on a printer, that's not the film the magic of the emotion. I'm saying the wrong word, of the film developing is not there. So it looks like it's kind of a fun process to do that, and I love doing photography. I'm right now I am definitely busy taking some research classes. I've never done that before, so it's interesting in doing quantitative and qualitative research and things like that. So I'm writing papers and reading a lot of books and whatnot. Yeah, 35 millimeter and 120. When I was a kid, I had the 110 camera, and actually one of the photos I have, that's probably one of the most famous photos I got, is a picture of Willie Nelson when he came here in Nacogdoches in 1999, and this is well before digital cameras, and I had my little 110 camera I brought with me, and I took a couple photos of other people, but I'm in there. And if you look at a 110, the negative is really, really small, but you can blow it up to 8x10 fine, And I took a lot of photos with that 8x8, that 110 camera back in the day and everything. It was a little bit cheaper than 35 millimeter to develop and to buy the film because it's so much smaller than a 35 millimeter. But 35 millimeter is amazing. You can blow that up pretty big and everything. So, yeah, it's really fun. Any more questions before I'll hopefully I can do even more of these live things because I'm getting better with my studio setup. One thing is having the lights ready to go, having the sound ready to go, have the camera ready to go, and I just hit record and have that live stream. That's makes it a lot more convenient. I can do live stream with a phone, but yeah, I'm just trying to get a little bit better quality. I think we're all at that point. So hopefully, want to get a little bit better quality and everything. So I really appreciate everybody out there that watch and all these questions that were here and everything. I appreciate that. It's really kind of interesting. I'm been watching some of the live streams of people talking about game, stock, and AMC and silver and Dogecoin and all that stuff. And you see like a bazillion people out there that are chatting and stuff. So I'm not sure how many people actually see this when it goes live or anything like that, but it's a interesting experiment. And maybe at 11 o'clock at night, 11:39 at night, there aren't people that are up, but I just want to kind of experiment around with this. So I want to thank everybody out there. Y'all rock and everything. And I'll go live some more. And maybe I'll go live on the 70s Dudes channel also and do some live questions on there as well. So thank you all so much. Keep on rocking. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscribe to the 70s Dude channel. Subscribe. Tell your friends about it. Go watch The Rise of the Robots, all that fun stuff. Listen to my music on Spotify. Midgley Film will take you there. Midgley Music will take you there. So, just type my name into the internet and you can find it. And it does compute, y'all. It does. Thank y'all. Computed, y'all.